Hello everyone, and welcome to another beer review. As you can see, I've got a winter jumper on because it's absolutely bloody freezing out here, and I mean freezing. That's cold as where I've lived before, but it's a bit chanking to be sitting out drinking a few beers, you know. Put it this way, the good thing about this weather is I don't have to chill the beer. It's done for me by Mother Nature. Anyway, what we're going to do today is I'm doing a beer that was requested by one of the viewers, probably the only one. Viewer, that is, not request. But yes, is it Ben? Ben wanted me to do this, which was basically Fuller's Bengal Lancer IPA. There you go. Just getting the picture right for Instagram. God, you get some right freaks on that Instagram, by the way. It's going the same way as Facebook. Full of right dodgy buggers, so they are. You know, come crawling at the woodwork, you know, wanting to be your pal, you know. Right freaky ones, you know. Saying that, I did actually get a strange one from a woman on Facebook. Just, I'd commented on a post and I got a reply on my comment saying, "Can you please send me a friend's request?" No. That's the answer. Seriously. Jesus, you must be really scared at the bottom of the barrel if you want me to use a pal, you know. But anyway, so we've got Bengal Lancer from Fuller's. It's brewed beside the Thames, as they always say, and it's an India Pale Ale. And I can actually read this label. It says it's 5.3%, 500ml. Now, what was it? I bought it as part. I was buying some other stuff from Fuller's, and I thought, right, I'll get one. Couldn't get one. I had to buy a fucking 8-pack, didn't I? So I got 8, and I was thinking about 14 quid, which isn't too bad. So I'll work out and calculate it. And of course, I got free delivery because of some of the other stuff. One of the other things I ordered automatically gave me free delivery. So there you go. So wasn't too bad. So hopefully it's quite nice. Out of that, I've got bloody 7 bottles to give away as presents. But anyway, this traditional India Pale Ale is made using English malt and Goldings hops to deliver the distinctively hoppy and superbly refreshing beer. As this beer is bottle conditioned, we recommend it is stored upright and poured carefully. So I haven't got it horizontal, so I can read the label. Yeah, you know, I bloody done that in the front label, you buggers. You know what I mean? Oh, it has got it, bottle conditioned ale. Aye, right at the bloody top. Why not put it right there? Big letters. So stupid can read it. Stupid being me, of course. Oh, God. Anyway, let's crack it open and see what we've got. Oh, God, it's absolutely freezing, so it is. Went through a bit of a cold snap, apparently. It's all coming from Norway. Another reason to hate these buggers. You know what I mean? And this is a Christmas jumper. The wife said, "You wear a Christmas jumper?" I said, "No, it's my Scandinavian jumper. I'm wearing it because it's absolutely chanking out here." Right, let's get it poured and see what we've got. Don't make an ass of this, Paul, like you did the last one. Jesus, the last one was like a bloody 99 cone. That's a bit. Right, hopefully that should be enough off it so we won't have any shit in the glass. No shit in the glass, no shit in the bed, as they say. Right. Oh, but let's do some wee pictures. Always look stupid when I smile. Well, when I say look stupid, I look more stupid when I smile than when I don't. I still look stupid when I don't, but I look even more stupid than usual, you know. And you'll all be going like, yeah, twat. Right, smell. Well, yeah, I'm getting hops. I'm getting malt. Getting a kind of sweety malt kind of aromas, but I'm also getting hops. And of course, they're not kind of floral hops kind of smell. You're getting that, how would I put it? Slightly soapy smell is probably the best way of putting it. Slightly how would you call it? Imperial leather. Just a blast from the past, eh? But it does give you a slightly soapy smell. Especially from this type of hops if it's Goldings. So yeah, for the people on the podcast, it's about a half finger head, slightly dissipated down to a kind of a pond scum. That's probably the best way of putting it. But yeah, it's a kind of slightly kind of light amber colour, nice and clear, no cloudiness, and yeah, carbonation just looks quite nice, and yeah, it smells. Just going by the smell, it smells nice. It smells as if like, I fancy having a wee taste of this. So let's try it. Right. Oh, yeah. Right. Yep. Definitely gold. Yeah. Yeah, definitely golden because you're getting a little bit of sourness, kind of bitterness and sourness together, and just get that ever so slightly kind of soapy finish to it. So yeah, which is more kind of traditional for that kind of style of hops. I mean, some hops will give you a slightly kind of soapy kind of feel to it, as if you've been licking the bar of soap, and I've stopped doing that now. You know, I've moved on to bigger and better things. You know, I'm chugging Fairy liquid bottles now. Although, to be totally honest, I'd been better chugging Fairy liquid bottles than some of the bloody pish I had in the Scottish series. God, and I'm looking up there. There is Scottish ones coming on the horizon. Dark Scottish ones. I have to fight to find them buggers, by the way. I'm just looking up there and I've got some weird selections. Agents donated some more beer. So he has. So of course I kindly reciprocated and I donated that back to him. We're going to do a joint review at some point on this stuff. Facts 10%. Well, I did give him the option. I was in B&M and I was on the phone to him and I says, well, I kind of listened to stuff, and all the ones I kind of listed, he kind of like, that's kind of interesting. You see, so I thought, all right then. Oh God, there's more down there. Oh, bloody hell. What's that one? We've got an IPA down there. What's this? Oh God, there's another Jurassic one. Gee whiz, what's that? Jurassic one. There's a fucking guess the type of beer. I don't know what that is. It just says Jurassic. Anyway, it's from the DBC, Dorset Brewing Company. But yeah, I've problem is I've got so many beers right now that I don't even know what I've got. And then people are giving me other stuff to do and requesting, and oh God, it's mental. But anyway, this is actually quite nice. If you're wondering. But yeah, I mean, it's got a good level of hops, so it is. Nothing citrusy, but it does have that kind of slightly, how would you put it? Not chemically, but it is that slightly kind of what I associate with disinfecting, that kind of ever so slightly piney flavour. So a slightly piney flavour with a slightly soapy kind of finish to it. And it doesn't probably sound particularly pleasant as I'm describing it, but if you mix it in with some really nice malt, which it is in abundance, there's plenty of malt in here as well. And that's the difference. It's not just a case of, well, give it a tickle of malt and just give it all hops. No, they've given it a bloody good amount of malt and a good amount of hops, and they're kind of balancing each other out. And that's where it, it just really kind of goes. They give you a kind of a nice level of both. I mean, you have that kind of nice malty sweetness surrounded by that kind of slightly soury, bitter hop in the aftertaste. It just really just kind of goes well. And this is more like a traditional kind of British IPA rather than the new world heavy hopped stuff that they're firing out in the gaudy cans. And this is the thing that gets me, because this is just as hoppy and just as strong flavoured and bitter and sour than them, but without that kind of sickly, kind of pithy kind of flavour that you get, that I just find just overpowering, because what it does is they don't put enough malt in it, a lot of them. So it's a case as though they go shy in the malt, heavy in the hops, and there's an imbalance, and you just get this horrible, lingering kind of flavour in the back of the throat, and it's just horrible and unpleasant, especially to me. Whereas this doesn't give you any of that. Once the hops are over, it's a nice clean finish. And yeah, but yeah, there we go. Just get a little bit there, and then boom, that's the business done. And you'll be thinking, did I actually have a better finish there? It's like that. It gives you a good level, and then it goes quite quickly, and just gives you a nice kind of clean finish with nothing lingering or hanging about. And I'll be honest, that's what you want. You don't want things hanging about. But yeah, so we'll break down the flavours. Right, starts off with a good level of malt, and with that you get a good level of sweetness. So you get quite a good sweetness at the front of the mouth, good level of malt, some nice grain flavours there, but you are getting ever so slightly kind of accents, just little accents of what's to come. So you're just getting little kind of accents, light accents of hops, just ever so slightly in the front of the mouth. So you're in no kind of mistaking of the identity of this kind of beer. You know you're getting an IPA and you're getting a hoppy beer. But the malt is the big enticing thing, and the front of the mouth, the malt was really quite nice. It's a really good level, and it just kind of like, it kind of drags you in, so it does. So it's a bit of like kind of enticing, and yeah. Move on to the mid tongue, and you've still got a good level of malt, good level of sweetness, a little bit of grain, but what you're actually getting is a little bit more hops, but again, not that much. It's a slow burner on the hops. So you're getting a little kind of accents in the front of the mouth, you're getting a little bit more in the mid tongue, but not that much more. It's not overpowering, you get no bitterness whatsoever, but you are just getting that kind of slightly kind of hoppy adjunct kind of flavours, but they're not really pronounced at this point. They're developing. Bloody steam coming off me. And yeah, it's kind of getting there, but it's a slow burner. It's not kind of in your face. There you go. It's not like a headbutt. But yeah, and then as you start to get to the end of the mid tongue, that's when it starts to kind of start to ramp up, and it's ramping up. But again, you've still got the malt, you've still got the sweetness. The grain is ever so slightly dying down, and it moves over to the aftertaste. That's when you start to get the hot bitterness and the sourness. So you are, and just get this ever so slightly kind of soapiness as well. But you've got a nice level of malt still there, a nice level of sweetness, and they're all kind of working together, and they are kind of balancing each other out. So I like a kind of bitter finish. I do. And this will give me a nice bitter finish, but it's also giving me that nice kind of balance with the malts and the sweetness. But again, it doesn't linger. It dissipates. Now what happens is the malt and the sweetness kind of dissipate just slightly ahead of the hops, but the hops isn't that far behind, and it dissipates quite quickly. And again, clean. There's no lingering flavours, no lingering aftertaste, just nice and clean. And you're thinking, it's a nice bit of bitterness there, but where's it gone? It's like, and you're thinking, I'll go back in and have another one, just see if it's, was I imagining it? And it's like that. Now, obviously, a bit more acclimatised, so you get a bit more of a hit in the bitterness at the back with the hops, with the first couple of sips. As your mouth becomes more acclimatised, it kind of dies down, and it does become quite an easy drinking beer. Even though it's got quite a lot of hops and a bit of bitterness to it, and it's actually quite sessionable. Nice mouthfeel. But I think what really works is they got the level of malt right. And I think that's one of the big problems with a lot of IPAs, especially craft brewed IPAs, that they're too light on the malts and the grains, and especially in the malts. And yeah, there's an imbalance. It's just they don't kind of work together, and the hops are usually overpowering. This is a good amount of hops, but it's also got a good amount of malt, and that's what really works in this beer. But yeah, it's a nice flavour. What I do really enjoy is how clean the finish is, from that kind of level of bitterness to zero, and nothing lingering. That's not easy to do. That's actually quite difficult. But yeah, what would I give this out of 10? Is that a bloody tractor now? Yeah, that's a tractor. Lovely. Shit. What would I give this out of 10? Well, it ticks the boxes. It's malty, it's hoppy, but from a bitterness point of view, I like hops more from a bitterness point of view than, I don't mind floral and everything else and all that type of stuff. But if I had a choice of what type of kind of hop flavours I would prefer, I can have a more kind of traditional British bitterness, because I like bitter beers and things like that, but I also like more kind of malt forward beers as well. So this gives me the best of both worlds. It gives me the malt that I like and crave, but it also gives me that bitterness. Now I do obviously have to get a little bit of other hop flavours, like I'm saying, you're getting this slightly kind of ever so slightly piney tones and a little kind of slight soapiness, but the malt takes care of that. The malt kind of balances that out, and yeah, I do like it. Thanks for recommending it. And now, out of 10, what would I give it? Now, price wise, it's good. About £14 for 8 bottles. That's good. You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, on the £2 mark, it'd be £16. So it's under £2 a bottle, which is again unusual, because most of the time, if you're buying Fuller's beers, they're usually 2.20, 2.25 plus. So they're usually around about the kind of £2.20, £2.25 starting. So you're getting this below £2 a bottle. So I can't complain from that, especially with some of the other prices I've been buying directly from the breweries. It's kind of ripping the piss. But yeah, so it's good. It's value for money from the price per bottle. It's below the £2 mark, so that's good. So yes, I like this, and I just like the level of malt. Like I've said, I think that's really important, and it's nice. It really is a nice level of malt, and it's giving a nice sweetness. Yeah, I'm going to give it a 7. An easy 7, bordering on a 7.5. Yeah, and it is just nice. It really is nice. I would recommend it. I haven't seen it in the shops, so I can't say how easy it is to get. Buying it in supermarkets or beer shops, but if you're buying from the Fuller's website, then if they're giving you 8 bottles of £14 and other kind of options and things like that you can get, then I'd probably recommend just buying it directly from the website, because it is a nice beer, and there's other nice beers that you can get on the Fuller's website, and just get yourself a right good box of happiness, you know. So yeah, so an easy 7 out of 10, bordering on 7.5. I definitely recommend it. Thanks for being requested. It's been very nice to enjoy, and I've got another 7 bottles to carry on with. So thanks for watching. Cheers, and bye for now.